Okay, it's going to be a video of my wall after J.F. Allen got done. Try to keep my hand as steady as possible. You can see there's virtually no cracks in this wall. You can see there is a hairline crack here that's not opened up on either side. That's an expansion crack there, which is normal. We've got another one here that again you can see it's an old crack, it's not opened up, normal expansion crack there. Now here I wanted to show that I've got about 3/8 of an inch gap here between the gas line and the wall. I wish the sun was hitting on this a little bit better, but you can clearly see that this wall has moved out 3/8 of an inch, and I want to show the angle that the gas meter's on. That you can see in the prior video. You can tell the angle of that has not changed. That's indicating the wall has actually moved. And you can see again, now you get up here, we've got a crack, and you can see how open it is here. That's indicating that this section of the wall has moved. You can also see, if you look carefully here, that this side is out about 1/16 of an inch from this side. That's telling me that this entire wall has moved, or it's been moved. Right here is the area of the yard where they've dug out. This was dug out by hand by Rover equipment when they redid the water line, had to put in a pressure reducer. There's the original water meter there. It's no longer being used. You can see there's the sewer clean out. There's my key repair you've seen in the other video. You can see they have done absolutely nothing to this yard. The dirt behind the wall is approximately 4 to 5 inches below the top of the wall. It should be even with the top of the wall, as it is all the way down through there and all the way up through there. The dirt is even with the wall. I marked the section here where the work has been done with some milkweeds there. You can see this one's marking where the actual sewer lateral and clean out is, and this one's marking the lower edge, and this one's marking the upper edge. We'll continue on down this wall here a piece and show, I don't think I showed this crack here. Here's another recent crack. You can tell it's recent by the coloration. No patina in there, as you can tell on the surface. This has definitely been cracked, and you can also tell how tight this is here and how wide this crack is here, indicating again that the wall has moved. Here's another crack, and again you can tell how tight it is here, how wide it is here. You can also see that this side is out farther than this side, indicating that the wall has indeed moved in this section here. You can also see this wide crack here. This is not a result of expansion and contraction. This is a result of impact. You can tell where it's been pushed down. It's been impacted underneath of here with the hammer. And continuing down the wall, I'm going to show that there's another crack here that I'm not sure if this is recent or not, but this was not here. This crack here may have been here. This here was not. This was recently done. And continuing on down here, you can see there is very few cracks even in this cap. And again, here you can see how the crack is tight here and tight here. And we'll continue on down here a piece. And again, we've got another expansion crack, and again you can see how tight it is here. Surface is even, there's no movement going on here. So that's, you know, that's solid there. And we've got another little expansion crack again. We've got an even gap, no pushing out. Now we've got the same thing going on here. There's no movement. Crack is even. This is a result of expansion and contraction. Now I'm going to take you down to the lower side of the wall here. Let me hop down here. Alright. I'm going to show the condition of the wall here. On the lower side of the wall, you can see there is virtually no cracks in this wall whatsoever. Trying to get a good overview here. A pretty good straight in shot to show there's no cracks in this wall. This wall was very solid. There is one little crack here that I believe is a result. You can tell this is fresh here. There is a crack starting here through here. These are fresh cracks. They were not there prior to this work. Moving on, you see everything's solid. We got another chunk missing here that I couldn't say if it's fresh or not, but you can tell by the patina on the rock face that it wasn't original. Now up here we're starting to get cracks. We're starting to get crack along here, crack along there. You can see this is fresh by no patina in here. Cracks along there, you can tell this is a fresh crack here. Chip off the rock face there. Again, down at the bottom, you can see the wall is solid with no cracks. Get back up to the top here, and you can see we've got a little bit of cracking continuing along here. And you can see for the most part we're pretty solid here until you get over in here. We're starting to see some cracking going on here. You can see a fresh chip out of here. See cracking along here. The bottom of the wall appears to be pretty well solid there, and we're getting very close to the area where the work was performed. You can see the leaf here where I marked it. You can see a fresh crack here. You can see how this has been busted out. We've got fresh marks here. We've got cracking going on here. We've got a fresh chip here. You can see this is a fresh crack here. You can tell how much this has moved away from this stone, indicating this has moved out. We've got a fresh crack here. We're moving on down. We've got cracking here. Now this is where the area of the actual work, and you can see this area here where I was showing you where this here, you can see where I'm catching my fingernail on it, indicating that this section on my right has moved out. To watch my step here, and you can see coming on down this wall here all the way down to the bottom of the wall where it's completely solid all the way down and upstream from this. We've got a crack coming all the way down here. We've got a nice fresh chip out of here that's very indicative of a freshly made mark, and you can tell it was made from the top pushing out, causing this chip here where it was impacted. Down below here I wanted to show this wall was on a nice piece of solid shale. Now that shale has been removed, and we've got the recipe for erosion right here underneath this wall, which is going to erode the foundation, very foundation of the wall. You can see there that was the original sewer line, and I'm not sure about the other line whether it was in here before or not as a drain line, but yeah, it was here before. That was my actual storm sewer drain there, and no water comes out of either one of them drains now. You can also see crack all the way down here in the foundation of the wall. Looks pretty solid in this area. We got a little crack here, some cracking going on here. You can see the leaf down there indicating the start of the work on the wall. You can also see a healthy crack here with recent chipping there. And this is the area of the actual sewer lateral here, the clean out and lateral. And you can see this wall is cracked to pieces in here. We've got fresh chipping here. We've got cracking down here, across this mortar joint here, which is totally not typical. We've got cracking here, around here. We've got a fresh chip out of this rock face here. We've got cracking here, crack going vertical here, crack going horizontal here. Again, this here you can tell my fingernails catching on it there, and I'm running right parallel. This is moved out. Moving on up the wall, we're getting towards the upstream side, the north side, and you can see clearly there's a fresh crack here coming down, crack here. We've got right there, just fell off as soon as I touched it. and that was definitely not like that when this wall was built. You can see cracking all along here. You can also see chipping of the rock face here where it was impacted by something. Now you can see impact marks here where they've messed around over here doing something and chipped this stone here. You can see we are on the upper side of where the work was performed. And you can also see, even up here, you can see cracks all the way down where there's a piece fell off there just by touching it with my finger. And it's still, cracks are continuing up here, all the way up here. Foundation up on this side is very solid. We got another chip, fairly fresh chip out of the stone there. And now we're starting to get back into solid wall again. And I want to show you, I wish the sun was hitting on us a little bit. I tried to wait till the sun was hitting, but I don't think it's going to actually hit very well on this wall any time of the day. But you can see there's no cracks here at all. None. This wall is solid. Just as I stated in my previous video, the wall is solid everywhere but where J.F. Allen did the work. I mean, I'm not seeing a crack in this wall nowhere. And I'm trying to go over it with a fairly steady hand and to clearly show that there's no cracks here. There's no movement. The wall's on a solid foundation. It's got plenty of it's actually solid rock and concrete in places depending on where the rock was originally. Pretty good sunshine there, and you can see there's no chipping. This is where the stone was faced originally. There's no fresh marks. Cap has separated a little bit right here, but that's due to expansion contraction. Again, you can see my fingernail does not catch on that. It catches right there where it's curved, but right on the top it does not catch at all. You can see there's no cracks here. It's solid. This wall was very well professionally built when it was installed, and I expect it to remain that way. You can see there's no cracks at all. There's a little expansion crack here, but you can tell there's no gap. There's no gap indicating there's no movement. Where there's gaps, there's movement. And there's no cracks here at all, none. A little bit of cap separation due to expansion contraction. Again, crack in the cap, but you can see there's no movement. Fingernail doesn't catch either direction. This is due to expansion contraction here. The cap has separated a little bit, and most of that is due to a plastic drain right here that the concrete just can't expand and contract around, so it has separated a little bit right here. But even over here, you can see these rocks show no cracks at all. It's solid all the way down. 1, 2, very solid. If there's any questions or comments, I can be reached at 304-741-2664. My name is Jay Ugert, and this is in reference to the sewer lateral that was installed by J.F. Allen Corporation on behalf of the Charleston, West Virginia Sanitation Board.